Welcome back to another Gaming Memories video. Here we are taking a look at Mortal Kombat 2 that was actually released on the PlayStation in Japan only, way back in the early days of the PlayStation. This is actually a rare occurrence and a rare version of the game that was not seen outside of that region. To be honest, even when I seen it, I actually didn't even know that Mortal Kombat 2 had actually been released on the PlayStation at all. Because the earliest I remember back was actually Mortal Kombat 3, because Mortal Kombat 3 I do remember actually playing it on the Super Nintendo, but it had been released on the PlayStation 3 in the early days of the PlayStation, but I didn't even know that Mortal Kombat 2 was actually released on it. So it got a release only in Japan, and essentially it's a port of the arcade version, and graphics in it are actually excellent. So is the play quality, the sound quality is actually really good, and I've actually had a good play of it, and it's definitely typical of old school Mortal Kombat fashion, because you have access to all the main characters of that game, but the gameplay is ridiculously hard to defeat opponents, because even if you put it on the easiest difficulty, straight off the bat it's just absolutely chaotic. The AI controlled characters, it always uses kind of cheap type tactics to always try and defeat you, and what actually happens is that I always find with the Mortal Kombat games, regardless of the difficulty you would put it on, the computer AI was that cheap, and it just was able to anticipate every single move that you actually made, to a point that what actually happened is no matter what move that you would try to counteract an enemy's attack with, they would always counter it with something else, or if you tried to get closer to them or jump in the air or whatever, they'd always counter it, so you could never get anywhere near them. So you'd have to do the same fight probably 50 times before you'd even get one chance of actually winning it. It was so cheap, but that was the way Mortal Kombat was back in the day, and this was even on the easiest difficulty of the game. Like, this is on very, very easy, and it's ridiculous how difficult this game is. I don't even remember it being as difficult as this even on the Sega Mega Drive. I remember playing that version of it, or even the Super Nintendo. It was difficult, but I don't remember it being as crazy as this here. The difficulty was obviously ramped up for this version. But yeah, if you don't have a lot of patience with these type of games, these games will get very frustrating very quickly. But in saying that, I've always been a fan of the Mortal Kombat franchise. I always loved Mortal Kombat. Scorpion's my favourite character. Well, Scorpion and Sub-Zero were always my two favourite main characters in the game. So to be able to get to play this version of it on the PlayStation actually is, you know, it is a privilege, even though it is ridiculously difficult. As you can see here, that's to say, for the remainder of this video I literally just get bet in every single fight. I'm fighting against Katana, and it's just, I can't, no matter what I do or what I try to do the moves, I find that sometimes the movesets don't respond to your actions on the controller, and it just leaves you open for attack all the time. And I just got slaughtered. Literally, I had about 4 or 5 fights, and I was just like, no, I've had enough. It just, yeah, it was worth playing it to experience it, but yeah, it's typical Mortal Kombat, especially the old school classic Mortal Kombat games. They are good, but they are frantically difficult, unless you're able to master it, which I know I wasn't, and it definitely wasn't. But I don't remember it being this difficult. It had its moments, yeah, but definitely this is just crazy. I couldn't even pull a move off without getting absolutely hammered. So yeah, literally the remainder of this video is just watching me getting bet the whole time. So it definitely shows I'm very rusty at this game, and I haven't played it for quite a long time. But again, it is interesting to see the game on the PlayStation, because I didn't even know that it even existed. I never even thought that there was a version of it available, and it's only recently that I actually found out about it. So when I did manage to get my hands on it and actually play it, it was good, but again, like I said, it's just difficult. But if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, by all means give it a go. If you're willing to be driven mad with the cheap tactics of the computer AI, by all means go for it. They are cool games, by the way. That's the thing. I do love the Mortal Kombat franchise, but again, these old games are ridiculously difficult. There's just zero room for error. They will destroy you, literally. But if you're into these type of games, and if you do manage to play it or ever get the chance to play it, by all means, at least give it a go and see if you can do better than I did.
Round 2, fight. Finish him. Fatality. Round 1, fight. Round 2, fight. Fatality.
So what are your thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2 for the PlayStation? Did you even know that it existed, that there was even a playable version for it on the console? And if so, did you manage to play it? And what's your thoughts? What did you experience with it? Did you even enjoy it, or did you find it as frustrating as I did? Let me know down in the comments below, as I'd love to hear your thoughts. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, also subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to be updated whenever I release future videos, as I will be re-exploring old classic games that I enjoyed playing back in the day, and also playing other games like this here that I never got to experience, and share my thoughts and memories with all of you. Plus it also helps increase engagement with the channel and helps me with further creating more videos. So, until next time, keep playing those classic games and enjoying them, and make sure to keep those gaming memories alive.